Hello, my name is Nina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I wanted to give myself a little challenge because the past weekend was Easter weekend. I had 2 extra days off and I really wanted to do something fun in that weekend. So I decided to challenge myself to crochet a sweater within 24 hours. Now, I structured this the way that some people structure their readathons, where I didn't crochet for 24 hours straight. I crocheted for 24 hours, but not in 24 hours. So I had a timer going and I just looked at the hours that I crocheted and I stopped the timer whenever I did something other than crochet. Before this video, I had never made a sweater before, so I didn't really know how many hours it would take me to make this sweater, but I found a pattern on Pinterest. I will link this pattern below and I just decided to go for it. The base of this pattern was to make granny squares. Now I did already know how to make those granny squares. I have made granny squares for different projects before, but I had never sewn everything together and like made an actual sweater and the structure of a sweater before. So it was a little bit of a learning curve, but you will see throughout the video how it goes. I am not yet going to spoil whether I made it within 24 hours, but you will see in this video, so I hope you enjoy. It is Thursday night. I am about a little over 2 hours in, I think, and I have made 6 squares. I was only going to do this video over the weekend because tomorrow is just another work day for me, but I was so excited to crochet tonight, so I figured I would already start. And I'm very glad I did because I got a good few hours in. So the pattern I'm using needs 27 of these small squares and then 8 of these bigger ones for the sleeves. So these are about 2 inches bigger than the smaller squares. So I have 5 colors of squares and I need 27 of the small ones and then 8 of the big ones. And I've decided to start with just an equal number of all of them. So I'm going to make 5 of the small ones for each color and then 1 of the big ones for each color. And then that will mean that I need 2 more of the small ones and 3 more of the big ones. I can kind of lay out the colors and see which colors I'm missing and what, you know, the pattern needs to make it seem right, which means I have finished everything for this color for now. I'm going to try to do all of the squares until Sunday because on Monday I am home all day. So on Monday I can add everything together, add the ribbing, and make it an actual sweater. So far I'm really excited about this project. This weekend is Easter weekend, so I have a lot of extra free time, and I feel like a project like this is perfect for me to just sit down, listen to my audiobook, and crochet. Hopefully I will have a very pretty sweater at the end of it. Good morning, it is Friday. I usually start my morning with a cup of coffee and some reading. And this morning I figured out that when I'm reading on my e-reader, I can actually crochet and read at the same time, which is so fun because those are my 2 main hobbies. So it is very exciting that I can read and crochet at the same time. So I'm going to do that for a little bit while I finish my coffee, and then I'm going to start to do some work. In the afternoon, I'm meeting one of my friends for a cup of coffee, so I think I'm going to take my crochet with me. And in the evening, I have plans with my sister and my mom to watch a show that we love. So we're just going to be sitting on the couch at my parents' place. I'm going to have dinner there. And obviously during the show watching portion, I can also crochet, which is very nice. So I do have plans today, but I can take the crocheting to all the plans. So I am very curious how many hours I can get in today. How's life? Life is busy. Good morning, it is Saturday morning. My evening yesterday didn't go exactly as planned because the plan was to just go to my parents' house and sit on their couch and watch a movie together so that I could crochet while I was there. But then last minute my mom texted me like, hey, we're taking you guys out for dinner because we have something to celebrate, which was so fun and so nice. But I obviously didn't crochet during dinner. I did crochet on my way there. I didn't get as many hours in as I thought I would. Luckily, that's not a problem because today is Saturday and I have nothing planned for the whole day. Now, I can't tell you the last time I had nothing for a full Saturday, which is so exciting. So I'm very excited to just sit on my couch for a few hours, watch a show and crochet. And then in the afternoon, I'm definitely going outside for a little bit, get some flowers, take myself out to lunch. But I will also be bringing my crochet and try to get as many hours of crocheting in as possible. Good morning, here is my crochet update. Today is Easter Sunday, and I'm about to go over to my sister's house to celebrate Easter, but I'm taking all my crochet stuff with me so I can crochet while I'm there. In terms of hours, I am pretty far behind. I am at like 8 hours, so thinking that I'm going to reach 24 hours in the next 2 days is very ambitious. However, I do still think that in terms of my plan, I am on track with finishing the sweater tomorrow. So I'm curious to see if I can maybe do it in less than 24 hours. Because I have, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 16 more squares to do. And I think that's very doable to do today. And my plan was to finish all the squares before tomorrow and then spend all day tomorrow sewing everything together and like actually making the sweater. I don't know if that is doable in one day, but I definitely think I can finish all the squares today and then start working on the actual sweater tomorrow. Yeah, I do still think I'm on track, even though in terms of hours, I am pretty behind, but we'll see. Maybe I'm too ambitious and I will spend the next 2 weeks on this sweater, but hopefully I will not.
Ga je nog knippen?
Ik ga het zeker knippen.
Nog een beetje lachen, hè? Dat is leuk.
Hij zoomt extra.
Niet inzoomen, neus.
Zwaar is er ook. Is er leuk gaaf? Ja, salon.
Hallo? Stop, zeg ik.
Okay, so it is nighttime now. I crocheted for about 6 hours today, which is very many hours. I finished all of the squares that I put in my journal. I still have 5 squares to go, but some of them need to be used for the sleeves and some of them need to be used for like the body of the cardigan, and I am not sure what colors I want to have multiples of instead of just the 5 that I now have. So tomorrow I am going to start with laying out all of the squares in like the panels that I'm going to sew together and then decide what colors I want the other squares to be. But for now, I have made 30 squares. So that's pretty exciting. I did not expect to get as many hours of crocheting done as I did today. I was crocheting while we were playing games, while we were chatting, while we were having lunch. So my fingers are hurting, but I am going to continue tomorrow. Okay, I sketched out the panels that I need for the sweater, and then I laid down all of my squares to see how I wanted the colors to be. I am missing 2 squares here and then 3 squares for this sleeve. So I used all of the squares that I have to kind of map out where I want them, and I wanted to know which colors I was missing. So I drew out all of this. I'm gonna color in every single square onto the sketch. So I'm gonna make those and then we can start sewing things together. So I am working on the last row of the second to last square that I need to make. One more sleeve square after this, and then all of them are done. Now, I had 2 plans for the actual sewing together part of this sweater because the pattern that I'm following just adds the squares together with just like regular invisible stitch. But I also found a different sweater pattern that kind of stitches everything together with the same stitch that this is made of. So instead of working in the squares, you attach the squares together with a stitch that looks the same as this one. I don't know what it's called, but I think it will, one, look really pretty, and then it kind of, I think, will tie everything together. The sizing that I've used for this sweater so far is like the small size of this sweater, which I will fit in fine, but I think it would be very cute to have it just a little bit oversized or a little bit chunky. And I do think the pattern is already a little bit chunky, but I think adding the extra row will also just make it a little bit bigger, which will just hopefully look very cute. I feel like this is the point of the sweater where every step I'm like, oh, we're almost done, I just need to do this and this, and then 2 hours later I'm like, yes, we're almost done, I just need to do this and this, and then there just keep being more things that I need to do. But we'll see how long all of these steps take me. But this is my last free day of this like Easter weekend, so I really hope that I can finish this sweater today. Okay, so I finished the first panel. This stitch is just a really pretty way of attaching the squares because it looks really seamless. I really like it. Also, I've had issues in the past with these kinds of projects where I've stitched them together and then they got loose later because I didn't stitch them together properly, but this feels really super sturdy because it's just like the same stitch. So I feel like this will not come loose at all. Okay, I finished the second panel. I am going to take a little bit of a break because I need to buy a gift for one of my friends, and also my shoulder is starting to hurt from how much I've been crocheting because I literally got out of bed and have been crocheting non-stop except for my lunch break. So even though I'm having a great time, I need a small break. It is almost 4. It took me about, I think, 45 minutes, a little bit less, to finish the second panel. It is gonna be a little bit of a stretch to finish all of this today. Maybe, I mean, I keep forgetting that I also have like after dinner time. Like, I don't have to be done by 6. It's not a work day. It is a little after 9. I am working on the second to last row, and I am going pretty fast, if I say so myself. But I just held up this panel, which is supposed to be the back panel, right? And let me show you. This is how big it is right now. This is my body. I still need to add a full extra row of 3 squares. This is huge, because at first I was worried that I made it too small, because I don't usually wear a size small. So I was like, I don't know, maybe making it a small and then adding the black will make it still too small. But I'm not worried about that anymore. So I've now laid out how I will be attaching all of my panels. After I've done this, I will fold it in half and then do like this corner or these corners, attach those as well. I did decide to just use an invisible stitch for this because I think it will be easier. So I'm going to start with attaching the front panel and the back panel, and then afterwards add the sleeves. I honestly didn't think that I was gonna reach the 24 hours because I didn't think I would have it in me to crochet for like 10 hours today, but I have. And not necessarily because I felt very determined to get to the 24 hours. I think I just felt very determined to finish this project. I just think that I am the type of person who just like wants it done yesterday. And that really helped me in this project where I just want to wear this thing tomorrow. So I'm not going to stop until I, can wear it. I also think that something that really helped was that today was very diverse in terms of what I had to do, because obviously in the past few days I've just been making the squares, and at some point I just kind of got bored, and I was like, yeah, I know, I'm still making squares, and then today I got to weave in the ends, I got to attach them, I got to sew it together, I got to make a few extra squares, I got to make like the sketches and map everything out. So I feel like that is just also very fun when a project has a lot of different steps. Okay, I just attached the front and the back, and I think it's so cute. Like, it's very boxy, obviously, but I think it's gonna be really adorable. I'm going off of sheer willpower at this point. It is almost midnight. I am almost at 24 hours of crocheting this weekend, but I have surpassed 10 hours of crocheting today, which is crazy. Yeah, I just want to have this fucking thing finished now. Here we go. This is with the sleeves attached. Obviously this whole part is not attached yet, so that's the next part, but it looks so cute. Oh, I'm so excited. Final bit of the final sleeve. Okay, I just finished stitching everything together. I am going to turn this inside out and try it on for the first time. Okay, so it is done. I crocheted a little chain to tie into a little bow so I can close it. I do still need to weave in the ends of at least the outside, but I'm going to do that tomorrow morning before work because I want to wear this tomorrow. But I also want to sleep because it is almost 12:30 right now. I stopped the timer at about 24.5 hours, which means I crocheted for over 11 hours today, but definitely worth it. I am so happy with it. I'm now first going to sleep, and then tomorrow I will weave in the ends and wear it for the first time. So here it is, the cardigan or sweater that I made in this weekend. I did go a little bit over the 24 hours, but not by much. I think I did it in like 24 hours and 20 minutes or 24 hours and 40 minutes. So that still is a pretty good score if you ask me. Now, if I wasn't on this time crunch, I think I would have added ribbing at least in like the middle part and maybe to the sleeves. But I actually kind of like it like this, so I've not decided yet if I want to add that ribbing later. For now, I'm going to leave it like this. I think it's really pretty. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This was definitely a journey. Like I said at the beginning, I had never made a sweater before, so it was definitely a lot of learning, and it also just took a lot more time than I thought it would. I did not expect that I had the willpower to crochet for more than 10 hours on the last day, but I was just so determined to finish this sweater and finish this video, and I am really happy with the result, so it was definitely worth it. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments if you would like any more crochet videos, and maybe I can do another one of these challenges in the future. Let me know if you have a pattern or maybe an item of clothing that you want me to try to make. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe down below, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!